cafe and way.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
How boring would our lives be without the people that we work with? The people that we are forced upon.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Forced to deal with in situations we probably wouldn't deal with. Thanks to work, it's wonderful. The people you meet, some are germphobes, and some are people that just stay in their homes. But you can't stay in your home all the time if you're going to work. So,
Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's why. Hey, remember that thing I was saying about how I would walk your dog, since I'm missing my dog,
Mike's
who passed away
Daily
almost 2 weeks ago?
Podcast.
And so what I'm doing is retracting that. I don't think I can walk a dog right now. I should. It'd probably be the best therapy for me right now. But right now, no. I just can't. It seems like I get so entwined with my job, and I'm turning into human resources lately. I'm HR, and I don't want to be HR, but that seems to be what my job has been forcing upon me. But such is the world, huh? What do we do? Well, this is where my people skills come into play. Did you know? Hey, did you know this? I have people skills. It's true. It's because I look like a human finger. As you can see if you're looking at the YouTube video right now, I am a human finger, and people like that because even if they don't have any fingers, sometimes fingers are beneficial to our lives. Like they tell you where to go. I don't know, I'm lost. Where is that thing? Oh, thank you, that's helpful. See, fingers are so helpful that way. So, I'm a human finger. Wait a minute, a finger is a human, from a human. I've really lost it now.
And here's today's podcast picture.
I'm just telling you, today's podcast picture is probably going to be from the wonderful trip I took yesterday as I walked amongst the hills above. It's called Columbia. It's in Castro Valley, but it's not actually Columbia, the country, with all the coffee and cocaine and what else? Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful people in Colombia. I think that pretty much sums it up. It's a beautiful country. I'd like to go there someday. I have a friend that moved there. Oh, Basil. Actually, Basil met this friend of mine. Carlos, shout out to Carlos. Oh, for some reason, and Basil has been on every show, and he always interrupts me and destroys my train of thought, but that's okay, because I miss him and I love him. But Carlos one time was on the radio with me. I'm going to post this picture from, it's a sunset from last evening. And what is the name of this park? Coal Canyon Regional Recreation Area, I guess is one way to put it. But it's actually more hidden. Juan Bautista de Anza Trail. Really? I was on that last night? I didn't know. Also near the Columbia Trail at the top of Columbia in Castro Valley. So back to Columbia, my friend Carlos, he was on a radio show that I used to do, a country station, and we would do a little more of the talk type format at night, even though people wanted to hear country music and hear that boot scootin' boogie. But we would play, we would play that music, but then we would also stop every once in a while and have on an interesting guest. And one time I wanted to have Carlos on, but he said, I don't want to go by my real name. So I said, how about we change your name to Sebastian Vazquez? I don't know why that name always makes me laugh. I can't say that name without laughing. Sebastian Vazquez. It sounds like a Spanish explorer, like Juan Bautista de Anza. He was a Spanish explorer, wasn't he? I should probably look at a history book. Anyway, see that picture at MikesDailyPodcast.com from last night. Beautiful sunset. As we walked, and there's some wonderful horses up there. Say hi to Princess, Lucky, and Emma, named after the wonderful Gwyneth Paltrow movie of the same name. About the time she was rethinking the whole Harvey Firestein thing. I mean, Harvey Weinstein, not Fire. Sorry, Harvey. I had the wrong Harvey. I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong? Harvey Weinstein and his creepiness. She had to deal with that and was in the movie that he produced, Shakespeare in Love, which I loved, but, you know, that's me. Inside, deep in my soul, I have a William Shakespeare that lives in there going, I just want to write poetry and have my shirt unbuttoned down, and I'm walking along looking so troubled with my pen that's actually a feather off of a bird, and I'm, oh, great words that come to me and shall be forever eternal in British literature. Was I making fun of William Shakespeare just then? The nerve of Mike Matthews? No, I'm just saying that I've got that inside of me. I got a lot of things inside of me that are odd and weird, and that's what makes this podcast interesting, and I thank you for listening. So yes, last show I was discussing how restaurants that are excelling at surviving now were the ones that I always preferred, the ones that let you order at the front and you sit down and you eat. Now we just take the food, we order at the front and we leave. We don't have to deal with any of the wonderful people cleaning off our tables with a rag that reeks of ammonia and causes that wonderful ammonia smell to linger in the air. No, we can't stay there and eat anyway. We got to leave. Although it's interesting, before the epidemic got really bad again in Alameda County, my lovely lady friend and I were over in Jack London Square having a wonderful dinner at this place, sitting outside, of course. Everybody social distancing, but we were noticing the Thai restaurant that never utilized their outdoor seating. Now they are, though. Now they got the patio going. As we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Oh, but they were not social distancing, my friend. Not in the least. No social distancing. And we talked about how it's a bummer if you have a mask on. If you're trying to cover, it's hard to cover a beard with a mask, is all I'm saying. Those face masks that you get, the disposable ones that a lot of places give you for free, can't cover your beard. And your beard ends up being a net for awful coronavirus. But here's one thing I didn't mention, was the therapeutic movie, so therapeutic, Live Twice, Loved Once. I think this name of it. Live Twice, Loved Once? Is that it? It's a Spanish movie. Takes place in Valencia. Oh my gosh. If you don't mind reading subtitles the whole movie, wow. It was like The Notebook meets Alzheimer's meets... Wait, The Notebook was with Alzheimer's. That was one of the things in the movie that created all the crying, made me cry. So this movie is similar, but very authentic and interesting. And the guy, the main character, he's a mathematician, a professor. He discovered a prime number, but he is losing his memory. And it's frightening and scary. And at the same time, he's reconnecting with his daughter and his daughter's daughter, who has had her own disability to contend with. And then they go on a short road trip. For a second there, I thought, oh, this is a road trip movie. But no, it ended up being a lot more than that. So it's just visually stunning. And it's on Netflix. So if you already have Netflix, hey, you don't have to pay anything extra for this. It's already there. Not to give Netflix a plug, because I'll give them a slug at the same time. And that is, I do not like most of the stuff on there. And in fact, I canceled my Netflix. I only watch Netflix through my lovely lady friend. Thank you for that. And she suggested it, so. Here's something I wrote. Let's dissect this, shall we? Should you really, really get a dog? And what are the best circumstances for having a dog? I thought I had the best circumstances. I have a decent backyard. I Love to walk. Love to walk the dog. I like playing with dogs. I like them in general. I had time, but now as I have been promoted, well, not recently, but a couple years back I was promoted, it's taken up a lot of my time. And then the dog got sick. The dog got old. Basil, unfortunately, needed a lot of help and a lot of lifting and a lot of other things that needed, I won't go into here. A lot of things. And it just was a lot of work. And you have to be ready for that. It's always interesting, the people that want to get a dog are never the ones that think about, oh, you got to pick up all the poo. They always get someone else to do it for them. They're the ones that they got to remember to feed. You got to remember to walk them. They don't do, they hopefully remember to feed them, because if they don't, then there's trouble. But if you don't walk them and treat them, give them your time, they will not turn out well and not be happy. Basil was very happy. But it was a lot of work, and I don't know if I can do it again. Everybody asked me, are you going to get another one? Like I said, that's kind of an insult to me, because there's only going to be one Basil, and it's going to take a long time for me to get over. Well, I can't get over him. You can't get over a dog. You can't replace a dog. But at the same time, that seems like what you're doing when you get a new dog. So I don't even want to consider it. Your thoughts on the matter, because this is a hot topic. You can call me at 336-MM Daily. 3 + 3 = 6. MM as in Mike Matthews, and Daily as in what this podcast has been now for, no, it has. Well, we got interrupted yesterday because, people, work. Those two words. That's all I'll say right now. That's it. Hey, look who's outside a cafe anyway. We're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing?
And to Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
I'm glad I don't play the fiddle anymore, because otherwise Taylor Swift would ask me to play on her latest album called Folklorica or something like that.
I don't know what it's called. Something called like the folklore.
Yeah, and she getting in all kinds of trouble because somebody else has a clothing company called the Folklore, and then there's all kinds of problems. It's like Lady A all over again.
I think we got some of that, and at one point you sounded really scary, but that was enjoyable at the same time. That was good podcast listening. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's just my opinion. Tell you what.
What?
That's it.
Look who else is here.
Hello, Mark. I make the delicious root beer. How's that right now?
Are you okay? You just fell down and hit your head on that tree.
Yeah, I don't have the coronavirus. Oh, boy.
That's why we're all standing 50 feet away from you.
Yeah, that's good. Good idea. Drink some of my root beer. I'll cut you.
We're not going to drink your root beer, and you're nowhere near us to even, in fact, try to cut us. So, ha-ha.
Okay, you got me.
Next show, it's going to be the wonderful Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. Thank you for listening, and you can tell me what you think by the phone number I mentioned earlier. And now here's A-Frame to give you the rest of the story. Wait, no, that's not how it goes. To give you the rest of the story. Good day. That was for all you people that grew up in the South and heard that guy every day at noon. Okay. Now take it away, A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.
And that was episode 2098. Almost at 2100. 2100. Wow. Yay. Oh, almost there. Woo. Oh, heck. They taught us to play that in school. Really? That was not a bright idea. MikesDailyPodcast.com.